Hello everyone, welcome back to the series of front-end technologies. In the previous video, we have seen what is the front end of different software applications. Or more specifically, we have seen the front end of web applications. Also, we have discussed about different front-end technologies which you will be learning in this particular series. Now, from this video onwards, we will start exploring these front-end technologies, starting with the technology HTML first. Then you will be learning CSS and then last you will learn JavaScript. Yes, in this sequence only you will be learning all these front-end technologies. Now, if you are thinking, ma'am, why we are following this sequence only? Can't we just learn CSS first, then JavaScript and let's learn HTML at the end? So, see my dear students, we cannot do like that. Because whenever we are designing something, whenever we are creating or building something, we need to follow certain steps. So while designing the front end, you need to follow the steps like this. First, you have to design the structure of your front end. Then you have to style your front end so that your front end will look good. And at last, you can make your front end interactive. So these are the steps which we will be following while designing the front end. Now, if you are thinking, ma'am, what is this structure, styling or making the things interactive? What does it mean? So, let's understand these three steps through one simple example. Say, suppose I wanted to build one house like this. So, what do you think, what steps I need to follow if I wanted to build the house like this in general? We are not going to discuss the construction of house in depth. So for sure, I will not start from painting the walls of this house, right? So what first thing we need to do? First we have to design the structure of house like this. In this we will decide the different elements whatever you want in your house. You will decide the number of rooms, you will decide the number of doors, the number of windows, every single element whatever you want in your house, you will decide in this structure. Now, once your structure is ready, to make your house look good, you will apply certain stylings. Styling in the sense you will apply different colors, you will use different colors to the different walls of your house. You will pick different designs of furniture, right? So, after creating the structure, we applied styling. Next, say suppose you wanted to make your house interactive. Means doors has to be opened by a single touch, lights has to be turned on by a single clap. So like that also you can make use of different technology and you can make the few elements of your house automatic. So what steps I followed? Again, first the structure of house, then applying styling to the house and at last making the things interactive. And yes, the same steps will be followed when you are designing one front end of application. Let's say I wanted to design the front end like this. So what do you think what I need to do first? Don't you think again we need to create the structure first? In this we will decide how many headings I want, the different borders, the different buttons, every single element whatever I wanted to display on the front end of my application, I will decide in this structure. Once my structure is ready, then I will apply certain styling and I will make sure that my front end has to look good. So I will apply some background colors, I will change the colors of buttons, I will change the font styles as well as font size. Not only to that, whatever the elements we have displayed on the front end, say suppose I want all these elements to be displayed at the center. So position of all the elements you can decide in this. Means first we have created the structure and then we are applying the styling to our front end to make it look good. So at the end, say suppose I want to make my front end interactive like this. As soon as the user will enter, phone number in place of email address. See, it is showing one warning message. Means this is the interactive front end. So what steps we follow to design the front end like this? First, the structure of front end, then styling to your front end, and at last making the things interactive. So that's why we are learning first HTML, which is used to display the content on your front end to create the structure of your front end. Next we will learn CSS, which is used for styling, and next we will learn about JavaScript, which is used to make your front end interactive. So that's why we are learning first HTML. I hope I am clear with why we are learning these technologies in this sequence only. Now next we will start exploring what is this HTML all about. Before that, you will get few notes in the next slide. Copy down all the notes as it is, and then we will move towards the HTML technology. Be quick. I hope everyone has copied the notes. Now, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language that I already have told you in the last video. We will keep this hypertext aside. First, we will discuss about what is this markup language all about. If you are thinking markup language is one of the programming language, you are absolutely wrong. Because markup language and these programming language both are completely different with respect to the purpose and with respect to the functionalities. These programming languages are used to solve the problems, to perform the computations, to perform certain activities. Say suppose I wanted to perform the task as an addition of two numbers. Let's say 10 plus 5. So how I need to write the code? Let's write the code in one of the programming language. Here I will be using Python programming language. So in Python, I will write the code like this: print 10 plus 5. And if you execute this code very beautifully, it will perform the computation and it will result the output as a 15. Now, same task if you try to perform by using the markup language, and if you write 10 plus 5, your markup language will result 10 plus 5 as it is. So what is the conclusion by seeing these two outputs? The conclusion is your programming languages performs the computation, but your markup languages does not perform the computations. So why these markup languages are used? What is the purpose behind this? So see my dear students, this markup language is not used to solve the problems, to perform the computations. These are used to organize and display the information on the front end of software applications. So in this series, as I have told you, we will be learning HTML. There are few more markup languages like XML, XHTML are available, but we will be learning HTML. So we will see our first code of HTML next. Before that, just copy down the difference between programming languages and markup languages. I hope everyone has copied. So let's see our first code of HTML. This is the code of HTML. Now, many of you might be seeing this code first time. You might be thinking, what is this words, what is this symbols all about? You no need to worry, we will discuss about each and every word, each and every symbol present in this particular document. So have a patience. Now if you carefully observe, everywhere we are seeing two symbols mostly. What are those? Less than and greater than symbol. So in HTML, this is called as angle brackets. See, everywhere I have used those angle brackets. Now why we are using these angle brackets? These angle brackets are used to give the tag name. Now here you can see HTML. This is head, body, P, H1, again about title. All these are the predefined set of characters in HTML which are called as tags. And these tags names are always enclosed between this less than symbol and greater than symbol like this. So when your tag name is present in this less than and greater than symbol, this is called as opening of HTML tag, because the tag name is HTML. If you see at the end of the code, same tag name is there, HTML, but before the tag name one forward slash is present. So whenever your tag name is present in this angle brackets along with one forward slash before the tag name, that is called as closing of tag. Like this you can see so many openings of different tags and closing of tags. Let's see. The first is opening of HTML tag, below that opening of head tag, below that again opening of title tag, again closing of title tag and closing of head tag. Like this your HTML code is full of different types of tags. Now you might be thinking, ma'am, what is this tags all about? What actually they are doing there? What is the functionality of these tags? So see here, this is your browser. I have taken the example of Chrome browser. You can take any browser. Your all browsers are actually divided into two parts, which are nothing but browser head and browser body. So whenever you wanted to display the content in your browser body, you have to make use of body tag. In our code, we have seen the opening of body tag and closing of body tag, and whatever the data you wanted to display in this browser body, let's say different headings, text, image, audio, video, whatever it is, all the data has to be enclosed between opening of body tag and closing of body tag, which represents browser body. Now the second part is browser head. In browser head, what data we can display? We can display only the title of our application. See, in this area, the title of your application will be displayed. Now, how to tell to your browser that this data, it has to display it as a title? So, by using these tags, you are actually instructing to your browser how your browser has to display the data. So let's break down the code one more time. We will start from the first tag. The first tag is declaration tag. What it is declaring? It is declaring that this document is HTML document, or more specifically it is HTML5 document. Yes, in this series you will be learning HTML5 version. Now this is the declaration which is used to declare this is HTML5 document. Below that, opening of HTML tag. What in all the different types of tags you will be using in your code, all the tags should be enclosed between opening of HTML tag and closing of HTML tag. Your HTML code will start with the declaration, then HTML tag, and it will end with the closing of HTML tag always. Now if we come inside the HTML tag, you have opening of head tag. So here simply you are instructing to your browser that in this browser head you display this title data. See, whatever the data I wanted to display as a title, I have kept that data in between opening of title tag and closing of title tag. So I am instructing to my browser that display this data as a title where in the browser head. Next tag is body tag, which I already have told you, which will represent the browser body. Now what you wanted to display in your browser body? I just wanted to display one heading. This is the heading data. This is the data which I wanted to display as a heading. And below that, this is the data, one more data. And this data I wanted to display as a paragraph. So how I need to instruct my browser that you have to display this data as a heading and this data as a paragraph? How we need to instruct? Yes, by making use of again tags. So what and all the different heading tags are there? Certainly we will discuss in our upcoming videos. In this particular code, I have used the H1 tag. This H1 is one of the heading tag. So keep this heading data in between the opening and closing of H1 tag. Next, what in all the paragraph you wanted to display, keep it in between the opening of paragraph tag and closing of paragraph tag. P stands for paragraph. So like this, by making use of all these tags, actually I am instructing my browser that how it has to display the data on your front end of application. As we already have seen the different applications, Amazon application, Flipkart, or you can consider our own Codeness application. In that all these data will be present in the database. From database you will fetch the data, and how it has to display the data on the front end of application, that will be decided by this code, means your HTML code. So in your applications, actually this data will be present in your database. Now here we are not going to discuss how to create the database and all, because that will be the back end part, and we are learning the front end part of the application. So this is the basic structure of your HTML code. Now let's save this file. I will go to the file. I will click on save as. It will ask us to give the file name. I will give the file name as Codeness and with the extension .html. You have to save the file with the extension .html because this is your HTML document. I will click on save. Okay. Now how to check whether it is displaying the proper data or not on our front end. So for that purpose, you just need to open this HTML document. So wherever you have saved this code, you can go to that location and you can open it. If you want, you can pause this video. You can type the code as it is. I have typed this code on the notepad. We are not going to use notepad in our complete series. Certainly we will be using the different software. Just as this is our first code of HTML, so I have just typed this on the notepad. You can pause this video, type the code as it is, save the file with the extension .html, and let's check how the HTML code is representing the content on the front end. So I will go to my file location where I have saved this file. See, this is my file. So I will open this. See how beautifully it has displayed the content on our web page. This was the heading data and this was the paragraph data which we told to display. Not only to that, see the title of your web page. Yes, this is the same data which you have given it in between the opening of title tag and closing of title tag. Now you might be thinking, ma'am, why you are calling this as a web page? Your HTML document, one single HTML document is nothing but your web page. So when you create the multiple HTML documents and when you link it with each other, that will be your complete website or web application, depends. So we have seen the basic structure of HTML code. In our upcoming videos, we will explore the many tags. Here just we have seen the paragraph tag and heading tag. If you wanted to display the image, video, audio, how you can display. So all those things we will discuss in our next video. This video I will be stopping it here. You will be getting the notes. Copy down these notes as it is. We'll meet in the next video. Until then, take care all of you and have amazing days of learning ahead. Thank you.